Hello everyone, today I thought I would do a sketchbook tour for you because basically, if you didn't know, I have done like 4 months of graphics A-level work, and even though I've had to change A-level so I'm not actually doing it anymore, I still have a sketchbook basically full of all my graphics work. So I thought I might just show you the kinds of things that I did in graphics, because maybe if you're considering it as an A-level or you just want to know the kinds of things that it involves, this might help you. And also, if you are even thinking about doing graphics A-level and you really like art or you just really like being creative, I would definitely recommend doing graphics as an A-level, because it's definitely one of the most broad kind of art subjects, in the sense that you can really incorporate any kind of art that you like into it. So I really enjoyed it, and I'm kind of sad that I'm not doing it now, but that's just the way things are. So I thought I'd still just give you a kind of sketchbook tour of basically 4 months of A-level graphics work. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So for our course, we basically just had these A3 black sketchbooks, and these are CY of Brighton. We got these for like a tenner from college, and I think usually they're about £20, but these are definitely really good quality. So if you are looking for a good sketchbook, I would definitely recommend these ones. But I'm just actually going to get into, obviously, what kind of stuff I did in the books. I'll just move back so hopefully it all fits in. So basically, the first kind of double page spread we did was set as summer homework before we started the course, and we had to do a double page spread about what graphic design is. So this was the one I did. I will probably just do kind of close-up clips and overlay them, just because it's easier than trying to show you it in front of my face and stuff. But what I basically did on mine was I did like a lot of kind of watercolour feature bits on it, and then I just stuck in information and pictures and kind of hand wrote it and stuff. And this did honestly take me hours, but I really wanted it to look nice because I knew it was going to be the first piece in my book, and it's also one of the first things that your examiner is going to see when they go around to mark your book. So I really wanted to make that page look nice. So moving on to the second set of double pages, our first topic that we did was fonts and typography. So this set is just a load of experimentation with different media. So we've got like wax, crayon, watercolour, ink, just all different things of me kind of trying out different fonts and stuff basically. And another thing I'd say is really important in any art subject at A-level is your presentation on the page. So presentation was a big thing in graphics and also photography when I took that at A-level, because obviously I don't think you really get marked on your presentation, but the better your sketchbook looks, the better it reflects on you like as a student, and it shows like the amount of care and effort that you put into your book than if you just kind of cram a load of stuck in sheets into your book. So I definitely say presentation is something to look at, because I honestly spent so many hours just on the presentation in my book. So this next set of double pages, I have some more kind of font experimentation, and then my first kind of artist research, which was on Stefan Sagmeister, and he is a famous kind of graphic designer and typographer, and I just got a collection of all of his images and kind of just did a collage. And the next thing we did was we went out and we tried to kind of make letters out of everyday objects. So we've got like all of our like photographs and stuff just stuck in, and then our final alphabet and stuff. Then we have, I don't really know, this was still typography, but I don't really know what this really was. We basically just wrote on people's faces a load of words and stuff. And then here we created typography using like fabric and stuff. So this is just a collection of pictures of us making our like fabric letters and stuff. The next page was my analysis for Stefan Sagmeister, and in graphics I think you do about 6 artist analyses, I don't really know, a year, and they're quite a big part of the graphics A-level, but it's the only real bit of proper writing that you have to do. So it's usually about a page long, and you just really talk about the artist and the mood and all these different things, which you'll obviously get taught when you do the course. But yeah, you basically do quite a bit of artist analysis as well in the course. So this one is another piece of artist research, and this was on Neville Brody. And again, I just got some more pictures of his work. And then on the next page, I, on this side, recreated one of his famous pieces of The Modern, which was like a piece of typography. And then I experimented with the colour and stuff as well, as you can see. And I did a little analysis either side. That wasn't, you don't really have to kind of analyse stuff as you go along, but I definitely say it's something to do because it helps the examiner kind of understand what your thought process is when you're creating your work. And then here again, more kind of typography stuff. This stuff was done on Photoshop, and then these two at the bottom I did by hand. Next we have some more fonts that I did, but these ones were done on the computer on Photoshop and Illustrator. And then on the other side we did like a magazine spread, and I chose to do it on sloths because we all know how much I love sloths, and I basically did this spread here with a sloth in it, and we had to just think about kind of our layout on the page and how we wanted to present it and colour schemes and things like that. So that was actually a really fun piece which I really liked doing. Next we move on to Josh Bryant, who is kind of like an illustrator famous for a triangulation series. Oh, I'm finding it really hard to speak today. A triangulation series, and so we have another piece of artist analysis here and some pictures of his work and stuff. And then on the other side we had to kind of try and draw our own versions of this style of art, which is what we did here. And then we kind of transferred that to digital, but to do that we had to take some photographs of like subjects and stuff to use for it. So these were just my subjects, and then on some of them I overlaid tracing paper and kind of drew on the triangles and stuff so you could see what I was going to do. And I then moved on to Craig and Carl, but then I kind of come back to the Josh Bryant stuff afterwards. So Craig and Carl was another artist that we did, and I never actually got around to finishing that analysis even though I was meant to do it, but that would have been another analysis. And then we had to kind of copy some of his work by hand, which is what I did there. And then we kind of did this digitally. So I showed my kind of pieces that I created. So this was like the main piece that I made, and then this was a few bits of experiment with like different colour schemes and stuff. And then on the other side of the page I just kind of showed my process and how I went about creating this style of work. The next one we have is called WAP art, and this is what we kind of incorporated with the Josh Bryant triangulation thing because it's kind of very similar in style, except for WAP art is mostly done digitally. So this is like an introduction to WAP art and then an analysis. And then on this side, this is just me showing that drawing which I did earlier turned digital, and then I was just making some points about the kind of things that I would improve to make it better. And then I have a double page spread of that piece. One is in kind of just a variety of colours, and then this one is a skin tone version. Next we have, I am honestly so bad at pronouncing and I have no idea how to say this, so I'm just going to completely sever this name. Kuzu Sakai. That is definitely not how you say it, but we're just going to go with it. So this is a Japanese artist, and I really love this work. It was probably one of my favourite artists that we studied, to be honest. So he does like all this really nice digital artwork, and it's quite simplistic, but I just really like the colour scheme and the kind of way everything fitted on the page. I just thought it was really nice, definitely appealed to me. And then on the other side we have another artist analysis, which was just analysing this image here. So I've got like page of analysis there, and then I decided to recreate one of the pictures that he'd done because I was a bit ahead of the class and had like spare time. So I kind of, if I can just lift it, this is hard. So I basically drew out like the shark design, which I can't really show you like holding it up, and then created it digitally. And then on the other side I kind of wrote out how I did the process, and I took screenshots along the way, which is definitely something you should do. Ugh, all of my sheets are falling out. So on this page here I basically combined Sakai's work and Craig and Carl's. So I took my kind of shark design and then took the patterns what you put in Craig and Carl and kind of mushed the two styles together, and I really liked the way that that turned out. And then we did another piece of his work as a whole class, where we made like this fish drawing thing, and again this was just my process of it. Then I have my final piece here, and then this was all my experimentation. So I experimented with colour schemes, adding text, all different things like that, overlaying my different pieces of work. I then did a piece on colour theory and what it is, and a load of just information about colour theory. I then did an individual page all about a certain colour and the kind of things that that colour represents and famous brands that use the colour. So I chose the colour green, as you can see, and then we moved on to some more kind of Photoshop work, and we were just trying out all the different effects. We were just kind of learning all the basics and overlaying things and adding flares and stuff like that, and then like creating this final piece here. Then we did another kind of similar thing but with an eye, kind of doing weird colours, overlaying different things and stuff like that. Then we did another similar thing, but this was with hair, so trying like different ombres and colours and just stuff like that. So just kind of just filling a page full of experimentation, because that's another thing that examiners look for. They want to see that you're experimenting with your work and trying different things as well. They don't always just want to see like your final piece, they want to see the process that got you to that piece as well. Then we have a new topic which we moved on to, and we were basically doing a magazine spread on whatever we wanted, and I think it was going to end up being about like 6 pages, but I never got around to doing the actual project because I had to leave. But I can show you like the original mind map and stuff which I did just to kind of draft up my original ideas, because I was going to do about travel and Sydney in Australia. So I had like my original mind map, and then I had done some research on different kind of magazine layouts that I liked, so that it would give me some inspiration for my piece and what the kind of things that I wanted to do. But obviously, as I say, I never got around to doing that, so the rest of my sketchbook is empty. So that was actually everything in my kind of A-level graphics sketchbook. As I say, that is just 4 months of work. If you did the full 2-year course, you would probably have 2 or 3 of these sketchbooks, depending on how much you work and stuff. But I really hope that this video was helpful to some of you guys, and if you did like it, let me know. And I also could do one of these for photography, because I have a photography sketchbook as well. So if any of you would like to see that, let me know down below, and I would definitely do that for you. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week with another video.